How much money did Scottie Scheffler make in golf this year, and where did it come from? Scottie Scheffler had a year for the history books in 2024. In one of the most competitive seasons of his career, he capped off his stellar run by winning the Tour Championship at East Lake Golf Club and clinching his first-ever FedEx Cup title. This win didn't just earn him bragging rights, it came with a jaw-dropping $25 million bonus. But that was just the cherry on top of an already massive financial haul. Let's dive into the incredible numbers behind Scheffler's 2024 season. By the end of the year, he had set a new record for the most official money earned in a single PGA Tour season, banking a staggering $29,228,357 in winnings. That's right. Just from his tournament performances alone, Scheffler was already riding high. And when you add that FedEx Cup bonus to the equation, he walked away with a grand total of over $54 million in 2024. It's mind-blowing, right? So where did all that cash come from? Well, let's break it down. The crown jewel of Scheffler's year was undoubtedly his win at the Tour Championship. After a thrilling showdown with Collin Morikawa, Scheffler finished at an astonishing 30 under par, edging out his closest competitor by 4 strokes. Morikawa had pushed hard, shooting a 66 in the final round, but it just wasn't enough to stop the world number one. Scheffler's victory wasn't just a single tournament win, it was the culmination of a season-long battle. He entered the Tour Championship with a 2-shot head start thanks to the FedEx Cup's unique starting strokes format, which gives top-ranked players an advantage based on their performance throughout the season. This wasn't Scheffler's first time entering the event in such a strong position, but after 2 years of coming up short, he finally sealed the deal in 2024. After tapping in for par at the 18th hole, Scheffler couldn't help but smile, a rare display of emotion from the usually stoic golfer. "It's a pretty special feeling to be finally holding the trophy," he said, reflecting on the significance of the win. Winning the Tour Championship also meant winning the FedEx Cup, which comes with one of the biggest paychecks in sports, a $25 million bonus. This is where Scheffler's season earnings skyrocketed. With that bonus, he broke his own record for the most money earned in a single season, which he had set just the previous year. Talk about consistency. But the Tour Championship wasn't the only highlight of Scheffler's year. In fact, he won 7 times on tour in 2024, becoming the first player since Tiger Woods in 2007 to achieve such a feat. His victories included some of the biggest tournaments in golf: the Masters, the Players' Championship, and 4 other signature events. Winning these prestigious tournaments brought in millions in prize money. The Masters, for example, has a hefty purse of $18 million with a winner's share of about $3.6 million. The Players' Championship wasn't far behind, with Scheffler pocketing around $4.5 million for his win there. Each of these victories added to his growing fortune and solidified his place as the best golfer in the world. Beyond the staggering dollar amounts, Scheffler's 2024 season will be remembered for its sheer dominance. Not only did he break the PGA Tour record for most money earned in a season, but he also became the Player of the Year for the 3rd consecutive year. This accolade, voted on by his fellow players, speaks volumes about the level of respect Scheffler commands on tour. Even Northern Ireland's Rory McIlroy, a 4-time major champion and one of the most respected voices in golf, had high praise for Scheffler. We'll look back on 2024, and it's obviously one of the best individual years that a player has had for a long time, McIlroy said after Scheffler's Tour Championship win.
He makes more birdies than I do, and he makes less bogeys. That sort of adds up to him being a little bit better right now. I think the one thing I've always admired about Scottie is the amount of bogey-free rounds he shoots. Like, if you look at, you just go back throughout the last 2 or 3 years and you just look at how many rounds that he shoots that, you know, he'll shoot like 4 under par, no bogeys, doesn't look spectacular at all, but, you know, it's so solid, doesn't really put himself out of position. You know, when you don't make a ton of bogeys, it's, you know, the field's got to do something really special to sort of keep up.
Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing for Scheffler. Despite his victories, he faced his share of challenges. Earlier in the year, just after the birth of his first child, Bennett, Scheffler had a run-in with the law. A traffic miscommunication outside the PGA Championship host venue in Louisville led to his brief arrest. Luckily, the charges were dismissed before the end of the month, allowing him to refocus on his game. Scheffler also made history off the golf course in 2024 by adding an Olympic gold medal to his already impressive resume. Competing in the Summer Olympics, Scheffler represented the United States and came out on top, further cementing his legacy as one of the greatest golfers of his generation. As the final day of the Tour Championship unfolded, it seemed like Scheffler might be in trouble. After starting the day with a 5-shot lead, he bogeyed 2 of his first 5 holes, allowing Morikawa to close the gap. But just when it looked like things might slip away, Scheffler found his rhythm again. A birdie surge at holes 9 through 11, followed by a clutch eagle at the par 5 14th, put the tournament out of reach for Morikawa and anyone else. Despite some pressure, including a brilliant final round performance by Sahith Theegala and a remarkable round of 9 under 62 by Georgia native Russell Henley, when all was said and done, Scottie Scheffler's 2024 season was one for the ages. With 7 wins, a Masters title, an Olympic gold medal, and the FedEx Cup in hand, his $54 million in total earnings, including that massive $25 million bonus, shattered records, and solidified his place as the highest-earning golfer of all time in a single season. Scheffler himself put it best when he said, "I feel like I've lived almost a full lifetime in this one year." It's hard to argue with that. From the birth of his first child to his record-breaking season on the PGA Tour, 2024 was a year Scottie Scheffler will never forget. And neither will the world of golf.